Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a touch-up video. So often I find that it's late at night, I'm tired, I've just come home from work and I film a video and then I wash it off and I go to bed. And a lot of people don't get to see the wear time. So I got ready this morning at about 11 o'clock. It is currently 7:30, so I have had my face on for about 8 hours. And this is about the time throughout the day where I would be touching it up. So today I just wanted to walk through with you my touch-up bag, what I take with me when I leave, and how I touch up throughout the day. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching, and please don't forget, I do upload twice a week. So if you want to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting, make sure to subscribe, and let's get right into it. So I didn't do anything strenuous today, so I'm not looking really greasy. Brandon and I actually just went shopping. We picked up our wedding bands. We have 2 weeks until the wedding. I am super excited, but I'm not feeling really greasy, and I also was using my long wear makeup. A lot of times, I have stuff that I like and it looks good editorially and it looks good on camera, but it's not something I'll wear long term. Like today I'm wearing my Dior and Fenty foundations mixed together. I set a whole bunch of times. I used my favorite long wear makeup so that I knew it looked good all day because I knew it wasn't just for a video. It was something I was gonna wear all day. That being said, it is starting to get to the point where I do need to touch it up. So let's go into the bag and make this face not look like I put it on 8 hours ago. So the first thing I use is an absorbent rice paper. So these ones are from Tatcha. They are oil absorbing papers. Now you don't have to use the ones from Tatcha. I'm using these just because I have them. I really am not all that discriminant about which ones I use, but I just take these and do you see how much oil that is? That is disgusting. I just take this around the face and I'll usually take 1 or 2 of these and I'll just use this to get up all of the grease. Do you see this? So that's the first one. I'm gonna go in with a second. And what I love about these papers is it picks up the oil and the grease from the face without disrupting the makeup underneath. So it doesn't get gross looking and it doesn't pick up all the product, but it does kind of keep everything looking pretty. So next we touch up the face. I always have a powder compact and where's the brush? There it is. This is a buffing brush. It is the foundation blurring brush from e.l.f. It is a densely packed brush. Ooh, clearly I use this to touch up. This is something that I use and I love to just kind of reset with powder. So this is a powder foundation from Collab Beauty. I really like this. I find that when I'm doing my makeup, I will usually use my MAC Studio Fix. And then when I'm touching up, I like to use this one because it's a little lighter and it's not quite as heavy. And I don't mean light in color, I mean light as in formula. So on the brush, I'll just take a little bit of this and I will use it to touch up anywhere that I'm starting to see that I need a little more coverage or where I know I get oily, and a little extra powder goes a long way. Next item, now that I have re-powdered, I want to reset. So I have Fix Plus that I take with me. You can really use any setting spray, but the reason I like Fix Plus is it has glycerin in it, so it just naturally goes on. Now, we went shopping, we were at a mall, and there was a Sephora, so I definitely stopped in and touched up with the all-nighter spray. I love when I'm shopping and I'm out and there's a Sephora or an Ulta, I will stop in and just grab a setting spray and just shoot myself twice, and that's totally fine. But if I'm not going somewhere where I have that access, I'll go in with something like this. And unfortunately, when I am out and about, I don't have my fan on me. So I just kind of have to sit and let it air dry. So I'm gonna give this a minute or 2 to kind of dry down, and then I'll be back. The next item is a highlighter from Lorac. This is Daylight. This is something that Tati Westbrook was raving about, so I picked it up, and I do love it. And what I really like about it is such a, soft, natural highlight that I can use it to intensify and layer throughout the day. So my highlight this morning when I left was blinding. And something I've noticed is, as you wear it, it definitely dies down a little bit and it's not as intense. So on that same fluffy brush, I will just take a little bit and I will dust that onto the high points of the face. And I will just, in circular motions, buff it in. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna re-intensify to the level of shine I like it to be. But because it is soft, you can really build it up delicately, or you can, go in hardcore. Next up is the eyes. So I have This is an old stained version, but this is the M433 from Morphe. It's just a fluffy crease brush, but it's one of the flat ones you can use to pack on shade. And I have a triple baked eyeshadow. This is from e.l.f. It is in the shade Toasted. Now what I love about this is it is just such a soft and pretty bronzy color. My eyes and my lids are notoriously oily. Like, it is disgusting. So what I like about this is it's kind of a universal shade for me. So I'll just take this on a fluffy brush and I will really pick up like a lot of product. And I will just take this just over my lids because it's gonna re-intensify the shine, but it's not really gonna change the color. And what I like about it is I do a lot of like neutral looks. So like you see how my eyes are starting to crease here? What I like about this is I can really pack this on and it's going to dry up some of that oil and make everything look just a little bit more seamless. And then once that's on, if I'm not exactly at the desired color I want, I will then take a little bit of that same Lorac highlighter on the other side of the brush and I will just use that to intensify the shine on the lid and make everything in the crease get blended in, just to make it look a little bit more flawless. Okay, next out of the bag, I have a travel size mascara. This one is the They're Real from Benefit. Now, my lashes don't always need a touch up, but sometimes throughout the day, if you're out for long enough, they'll lose a little bit of the curl and they'll lose a little bit of volume, and mine actually have. The bottom looks okay, but the top does not. So I just throw on a little bit more mascara just to re-intensify the black and make things look a little bit more fresh. And the last item out of the bag is my lips of the day. So like today, I was wearing the Shine Sensational lip gloss from Maybelline. This is in the shade Cocoa Fever. And I'm just gonna put a little bit more of this on. Now in the summer and the spring, that'll usually be a matte lipstick, but I always in the winter, but I always in the winter time do a gloss just because my lips do get so dry. And I love this gloss because it has a really nice like brown undertone, but it's not quite as shiny as I want. So typically over my gloss, I will then take the lip glossy from Kopari, which is a reformulation of the Coconut Lip Love. And I'll just take a little bit of that in the center to add a little extra pout. And that's it. The face is touched up. I'm ready to go back about my day. It doesn't look crusty, it doesn't look dry, it doesn't look faded. And like today, for some reason, it was so cold outside and it was humid. So under my eyes, I felt like I was creasing. I felt like around my nose, I was losing a lot of product. But the second you just take that buffing brush and just kind of add a little more powder and fix under the eye, it kind of just brings everything back together. And so it doesn't look quite as crusty. Now, occasionally, depending on how extra I'm being, I will bring a little bit more glitter to touch up the inner corners. But this brush, the M433, is so good because it has this pointed tip. If I wanted to go into the Lorac highlighter, I could very gently re-intensify the inner corner without it getting everywhere. Or you can pack a smaller brush or a travel size brush if you want. I just like traveling with these two because one for the eyes, one for the face. If I used a bag that was bigger than this one, I would totally like fill it up with a million products and I would have enough to do a full face at all times and 3,000 brushes. I needed to use something like this because it's the only way I'm gonna limit myself to only utilize a couple things. So if it doesn't fit in this bag, I don't need it, it's too much. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful and I will see you next time. Bye.